This Saturday is posing kind of a strange day for me. It's Saturday at this time of year. The Saturday before Easter is a time that I'm just kind of planning, putting together, excitedly thinking about the things that I'm going to share with those that I love. Just considering the wonder and excitement of getting together for breakfast and then entering a church service and taking family photos as we've had in the past and just experiencing this delightful moment as we hug and laugh and cry and experience resurrection celebration together. And here we are. The church worldwide trying to find social media platforms, trying to fight with bad bandwidth on our internet access and trying to find ways to express to others the goodness of God. How that's all changed. And I know that because of this experience, globally speaking, the gospel is just invading the world because the gospel is being presented on it's just entering through social media feeds, entering into our homes through these digital platforms and finding its way through everything. And people are browsing social media and finding themselves kind of captivated for a moment or two by a church service that's going on. And then next thing you know, they're drawn in and maybe they're making decisions to serve Jesus and they're finding resurrection in their own life. And I tell you right now, if we're all honest with each other, if we're all honest about this, we're looking around us and we're seeing some very grisly details. We're feeling barren at times. We're feeling lost and alone. We're afraid. I mean, think about the disciples for just a minute. Think about what they were experiencing. Think about the fact that Jesus had just died. Yesterday was Good Friday and it's Saturday and resurrection is yet to come. They've heard and they've remembered the things that Jesus said, but they're having doubts. They're having insecurities. They're just not sure about what the future is going to bring. Some of them are hiding. I'm sure Jesus' mother has found herself in a place of constant weeping, just so saddened by the reality that her son, the polarizing moments, the trauma that she experienced watching him expire on the cross that day. I could just imagine. And my imagination really falls short of likely the reality of those moments. And I wonder, how many of us right now are in dark places? How many of us are right now thinking of things that just overwhelm us? We're terrorized. We don't know what the future is going to hold. Some of us, we're kind of lackadaisical about it and we're thinking this is all a joke and we're going to be on with our life. Maybe it's just some government ploy. Maybe it's just something that the media is hyping. I don't know. All I know is that I was at the grocery store today and people were wearing face masks. I was wearing face masks because I know that this is the gravity of this situation. And as we think about the gravity of this situation and the gravity of other things that are around us, we can often find ourselves completely terrified, completely overwhelmed in fear and dread. Kind of like what the disciples experienced the day after Jesus died. They're hiding in their homes, fearful that the government's going to come and find them and do the same or even worse. Sunday had yet to come. And Sunday had yet to be realized and recognized that resurrection would change everything, that the world would be flipped upside down as a result of Jesus breaking the curse of death once and for all. And so here we are, though, in our own dark place, wondering when resurrection is going to come. Now, I tell you right now that if you accepted Jesus Christ, there is no fear, there is no dread in death. Just know that when you take your last breath here, you are taking your first breath in eternity of heaven. Know that. Like, you got to accept Christ. You got to experience him. You got to find him. But what I do know right now that I want you guys to understand is that it may be dark and grim right now. You may feel like there is nothing to hope for, but there is something to hope for. The future may not be noticed by us. We may not be able to see it, but God sees it. God knows what's coming next. God understands the future and what it holds for us. He knows the beginning and the end. He knows the beginning to the other beginnings, to the other chapters, to the other moments, to everything that leads from this point on. And we got to have confidence and trust that he's going to figure it out, that he's got it figured out. And that if we just trust him, that if we just trust him, we can know that this dark moment that we're in, this moment where we feel like all has been lost, will break through to the brilliance and bright love of Jesus. It's not over. God's still doing something, and he's going to. Believe him. I love you guys. Jesus loves you more.